Oh, what's up guys? See, no, I'm not afraid. I'm just doing what I do after I see every horror movie. I cast them demons away. Listen, I walk by sewer drains, I'm fine. Red balloons, it's a red balloon. Old ladies, they're old ladies. I mean, a balloon in the little board there, it's just a balloon. Okay, I'm a little scared. Yeah, I'm a little scared. What's going on guys? James here from Reflect the Screen, and yes, I just watched It Chapter 2, a highly anticipated sequel to a film that scared a ton of people. It actually didn't scare me. You probably don't believe me though, do you? But before I get started, if this is your first time here at Reflect the Screen, welcome to the channel. This is a place where I drop videos each and every week on movies and TV shows, so if you don't want to miss out, I'd love if you could subscribe to the channel by hitting the big red button below and liking this video, sharing it with your friends, and letting me know in the comments, what did you even think about It Chapter 1, and are you really excited for the sequel? Alrighty, so let's dive right into It Chapter 2. All of our losers are back for the sequel, but they're now living their lives as adults in separate cities, except for Mike, who actually witnesses it take the lives of two innocent people in Derry. Now, as Mike makes a ton of calls to all the other losers, he reminds them, you made a promise to come back to Derry if it would reappear, and today's the day. Now the losers must revisit the one town they wanted to escape to finish the job once and for all. Alright guys, so let me start off by telling you that this is a scarier movie, and that's actually one of the biggest positives I have for the film. The first movie was really not scary. It relied on a lot of jump scares, but in It Chapter 2, it plays with your mind a little bit, and the imagery is way more disturbing than the first film. I mean, there are some sequences where they're eating Chinese food and things are turning into like baby demon cockroach thingies, and then you have this one sequence that was absolutely the scariest moment of the year so far, and that's this old lady who turns out to be some sort of weird demon-possessed woman. Where's my Bible? But honestly, this movie is really scary, and it's incredibly effective with each and every sequence. I mean, listen, director Muschietti had a ton to play with and a lot of different elements that he used, and I'm sure his budget was a lot larger for the sequel, which helps things just a little bit. Now, as for the performances in the film, there's one actor in particular that stole the entire show, and that's Bill Hader. Oh my god, his performance as Richie was absolutely fantastic. Yeah, he's a comedian, and he hasn't been in many horror movies. I don't know if he's actually been in a horror movie before, but he's a natural, man. All of his jokes and his comedic timing really just helped break the tension, and honestly, it got a ton of laughs out of me. Now, what director Muschietti gets right in this film is using practical effects in some sequences over CGI. I mean, listen, a lot of the scarier moments dealt with a lot of practical horror effects. I mean, boy, there's a moment where it is like tearing his face, and I'm like, yo, I don't know how y'all did this, but it works. And there's also this underground sequence where Eddie is kind of trying to rescue his mom. I'm not gonna spoil too much, but what he does is get face to face with one of its demons. And wow, there's an Evil Dead vibe there, and I was here for it. Oh my god, it was great. Also, shout out to Isaiah Mustafa, who plays the adult version of Mike Hanlon. Yes, Mike gets more love in this movie, and he nailed it. It was great. Now, what I didn't like too much about It Chapter 2 was the storyline. It felt way too loose, and its near 3-hour runtime was, it didn't really work for me in that third act. Let me be honest with you guys. I didn't have the biggest connection with the characters, and that final act relied a ton on having this weird emotional connection with the adult version of our losers. That wasn't me though, so I was a little annoyed with the melodramatic appeal in that second half. Now, it pains me to say this, but I was not the biggest fan of James McAvoy and Jessica Chastain's performances. McAvoy plays the older Bill, and Jessica Chastain plays the adult version of Beverly. Both of them didn't have a lot of chemistry at all, and I did not like James McAvoy's really forced lisp. I mean, just distracted from a lot of the more tense sequences. Even Bill Skarsgård is better as Pennywise in the first chapter than he is in the sequel, and I'm not sure if that's because I'm not so surprised that he can pull off the role like I was in the first movie, but for me, it was everything surrounding Pennywise that really was more effective than the character itself. And also, just too much CGI in moments took away from this very creepy appeal for Pennywise. But when you go down the list, I mean, a lot of the adult versions of the characters were totally forgettable. I mean, except for Jay Ryan, I guess, because every woman was like all over his abs and stuff. Rightfully so. The dude's got like a 10-pack. It's insane. Overall, guys, It Chapter 2 really is a better scary movie, but the first film has a tighter story, so I mean, you have to pick and choose what you really like in both of these films. So honestly guys, I enjoyed the ride and it was a fun film, and yeah, I was scared a little bit. If you enjoyed that review of It Chapter 2, don't forget to subscribe to the channel below and keep up with us all year long. Also, if you want to check out Reflect the Screen on social media, we're on Instagram, Facebook, and Twitter. Oh, and let me know in the comments what you think of the movie when you see it. Alrighty guys, again, thank you so much for watching, and I'll catch you at the next screening. Alright, I'm really not scared, so why do I keep looking behind me? There's nothing there.